In today's idea of the day, we're going to talk about how to make eBay even better. Have you ever gone on eBay and then at the very last second you think you're going to win something and somebody jumps in and outbids you and you have no more time left? Well, that's because eBay, although it's considered an auction site, really isn't an auction site at all. Because an auction, a real auction, isn't run the way they do. Now, because it's an electronic auction, they kind of had to reinvent the way auctions are done, and their method for ending an auction is to set a preset time, which is all the bids that have to be made just at the last minute. Well, that's not the way a real auction's supposed to be. If you were at a real auction, and I'm talking a real, honest-to-goodness auction, it could be online, but there aren't any like this. But if you went to a real auction, physical auction, someone would bring out a product. They say, here we have a Mickey Mantle signed baseball, and what's our first bid? It's X dollars. And then people go back and forth. Now that auction could end in 30 seconds if there aren't a lot of bidders, or it can go on and on and on for hours until people eventually reach a point where they will no longer increase the bids. That's how eBay should be, or at least they should give you the option. Now, they should have, obviously in this case, three options. One is to buy it now, which is what they've always had. The second one is their existing preset end time, which allows for people to be snipers. They call it sniping because they jump in at the last minute and they outbid you. The third way is to be a true auction ending rules, which would mean that if, let's say, you now put up your Mickey Mantle baseball and there is a top bid for $100, and then at 2 seconds before the time ends, somebody jumps in and bids $1 more. Well, at that point, the auction should be moved ahead 5 minutes, giving the other people who are bidding an opportunity to then decide if they want to react. If no one wants to react, then that becomes the final price for the item. If somebody else reacts, it then moves again another 5 minutes, and thereby moving the end time so that it has an original ending time, and then at that point, every time a new top bidder comes in, it just keeps going 5 minutes more each time. So the ending is more like a real auction, and that's how eBay could be like a real auction site, or at least offer the option. And that's today's idea of the day. So that's it. That's today's idea of the day. Yeah, some of them are better, I gotta admit. But if you really want to see a new idea each day, some of them are going to be good, some of them are going to suck. What are you going to do? Subscribe and visit ideaoftheday.com.